Tenacious. Yep. Brittany, come here.
No, I got to be there.
Oh, sorry.
That's my opening statement. Now I'm fielding questions.
And now we will open up for questions. Before you ask your question, please state your media affiliation.
Hi, Ty Carvich, Baltimore Sun. Brady, can you talk about your teammates getting you the ball inside and your performance overall tonight? How do you put up such big numbers?
So every night it's the same thing. Every game we play, we realize that we're an inside-out team. So if it's me, London, or Inari, our goal is together is to finish in the inside, just to make sure that we put our team in the best position, rebounding. So everything is still the same every night, making sure that we do what we have to do to put ourselves in a great position to win.
Boy, look at you, girl. Articulating everything.
This is for every single one of you. Chris Clark, CBS 17 in Raleigh. I wanted to know about the trust that you had in each other to stick and stay with the game plan. Obviously, you jumped out to that lead in the beginning, but when they started hitting from outside, there was no hesitation, there was no qualm, there was no worry, if you will.
Who was that for?
You first.
Well, like I said, we had that big run to start, which is not really characteristic for us. And they came back, which we knew that they would. We felt pretty good going to the locker room, only being down 9, being that, we had given up 7 3-pointers, the first half, which is very uncharacteristic of this team. So we felt like the 9-point lead was right where we needed to be. I think we felt more comfortable with that 9-point lead deficit than when we were up 35-9 the game before that, because that was very uncharacteristic to be up like that. So they stuck together. They knew they had a battle. They knew they came in with a mission to make some things happen, and they fought through it. And then once we got the lead, they brought it on home. London?
We definitely feel like we deserve to be here, so we think that fight for us, we do it for each other, our coaches, our program, everybody as a whole. We bought into what our assignment is. Every hard practice, every argument, anything that we go through adversity-wise of what people don't see behind the scenes, we bought into what we had to do, and we got the job done. It's not over.
I feel like we came in ready. We knew going into the half we were down by 9. We didn't get scared or anything like that. We knew we had to come out and fight. That's what we did, and we won. We've been in the position before when we were either up or down, and the energy of another team, it didn't really faze us because we've been in the position before. Together, we just understood that we had to stay composed, take care of the ball, and do what we had to do on defense so that we could win.
Hi, I'm Ali with the Baltimore Banner. Coach Curtis, talk a little bit about Mackenzie. She's a senior, obviously didn't have her best offensive game today, but what she brings to the table and this experience for her being here at home in front of her family in Baltimore, outside of basketball, just what kind of a person and individual is she, and why is she such an integral part of what you guys do?
Yeah, Mackenzie's been with us for 3 years now, including the COVID year. So I think that did her and other players, good to have that year to not play. She's grown over the time, that she's been here. She's had tough games before, and she had a tough game going tonight, but then she wasn't scared to take that big shot because that was a big shot that she hit. That got us going at that point. A lot of players would shy away from taking that shot at that point because they didn't have a good night going. So she did a good job of that. Like I said, she's one of 3 seniors, and Mackenzie does a good job because we have also 4 freshmen. So it's an opportunity for them to look up and remember these moments and see the type of person she's going to graduate on time, and move on to, other things, in life. So like I said, it's great to have her on the team along with these other 2 young ladies.
And Mackenzie, just talk a little bit about the journey from Western Dove to now your senior year. You're going to the CIAA Final Four. What does this journey mean to you overall, and what are you feeling right now?
It's just surreal. I've been through a lot with my college years, and I'm glad I chose Shaw to be my final destination, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.
Any other questions?
At third quarter was 60.
Hey, Coach Curtis, want to know, look like, you know, the game the pace kind of picked up some about midway in the first half. What were y'all able to do to be able to, first of all, did a great job of keeping the pace slow, you know, and especially after us having the game on Monday. So what we y'all able to do to kind of slow the pace down and keep it kind of the way we like to play it?
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, we're not really up and down. You know, they start pressing a little bit more, trying to speed our guards up a little bit to pick the pace up. And then our guards did a better job of just settling down and keeping the game at a pace, you know, where we wanted to score for today is right where we wanted to be. You know, our number is 50 and below for the other team. They got 48, you know, so that's our number. And I think the other game, Claflin might have had 49. I can't remember what they had, but that's the pace that we need. If it gets in the 60s and 70s, you know, we got to change who we are to try and win the game at that point. So I think the young ladies understand tempo for us, you know, to keep that. They bought into, we a defensive first team. You know, us hitting shots, you know, that's just a plus. You know, the third quarter, they went out there and did a 16-4 run on them, which was big. And at the end of the game, we were where we wanted to be on defense, because that's who we are. We're defense. If it's a chance to have the ball to score to win, or to be on the other end and they have the ball and get to stop, this team wants them to have the ball and we get to stop.
Okay. And the other thing I did want to ask you, and young ladies can chime in as well. Is it? I know the goal is to win the conference title, but is any significance to you making it to the semifinals? So, you know, it's been 5-6 years since the team has been back to the semifinals. Is it any significance to you other than that we're in the semifinals, one step from the finals?
Y'all want to answer that?
Just glad to be here.
Right. I mean, for them, I don't try and take away from their moment. You know, they've been here for 3 years, so to get to the semifinals really feels good to them. You know, they get to enjoy it for about 2 hours, maybe 3. And we go get something to eat, then we got to start working on the next game. You know, but the ultimate goal for everybody on the stage right now is to win it all. But this team has been through a lot this year. You know, we started out with 19 players. You know, now we got 11, you know, for various reasons. You know, you can look at the stats every game. My starters playing heavy minutes, you know, Nari played 38. Brittany only played 30 today. She was in foul trouble, you know. Because we need her on the floor. You know, I tell her, don't make me sub because you're in foul trouble. Let me sub because you're tired, you know. And then Rita played 30. And see, that we won, but they know this is not a recipe for success. She played 30 minutes. She played 28. They got to play more minutes than that. They know that. And we'll discuss that later.
One more question. I'm sorry. Your thoughts on the game coming up in the semifinals on tomorrow? Things at 8 o'clock.
Lincoln, big game. They beat us twice. You know, we were up on both teams at various points of the game. It's a team that it's a contrast in styles. They want to go up and down. And we trying to, but the girls believed they knew we were up. I think we were tied going into the fourth quarter. The last game at our place, and we let it slip away. It's kind of like the game Lincoln had with Virginia State. You know, they make those runs on you, and then can you survive that? So we're going to try and control the tempo the entire game.
Sorry, just wanted to ask you, tell me about the job you guys did on Tucker tonight, as far as sort of neutralizing her.
That was our plan. You know, we always, you know what we say. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. She's CIAA Player of the Year, and you know, and that's a hat that you got to carry. You know, we did a good job in the regular season on her, and we held her to 6 points. And today she got 7. So that was the focus of what we had to do, because she's a big time player, and big time players you got to try and control them in some way and not let them just get off, you know, big. So the girls did a good job. But the problem with that is 23 got off on us because we had so much attention, you know, on Tucker, and 23 came off the bench and did a great job for him.
That concludes the press conference. Thank you.
Thank you. Idea. Balzer. Yes, ma'am. Man.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2023 CIAA Postgame Press Conference. My name is Tiana Seifers, your moderator for today. Joining us is head coach LaTanya Lamont of Winston-Salem State University, and number 10, Tanai Wilkins, and number 22, Hidea Balzer. Before we open up for questions, please, we'll have an opening statement from head coach.
Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. I know y'all was so excited to talk to the Godfather, so we'll only have like 2 minutes left to do this question and answering session. First off, I just want to say that I'm taking full responsibility for this game. I thought I had my team prepared, but I didn't trust myself throughout certain parts of the game, and I do feel like I caused that loss. So I'm very upset with myself. I had a really good game plan in place where we wanted our guards and everybody to just literally lock in on the inside of the paint. We already knew we were down some post players, but, still we thought we would come out with this victory. And we didn't. So I'm pretty upset and disappointed about that.
And now we'll open up for questions. Before you ask your question, please state your media affiliation.
Hey, Coach, I know you did lose some players in the front court against the injuries, but you still won the rebound battle. But overall, how much did that impact you tonight as far as going against Brittany Seymour?
Well, the thing is, yes, we had 17 offensive rebounds, but when you turn around and only have 6 points off of it, you didn't really win the war. So, yes, we were pulling them down, but we got to capitalize on those moments, and we just didn't. I think that would have made a big difference. A couple of fouls here and there, would have helped as well. Like I told one official, I said, you need to run a little faster, because when we were dribbling down the court, she got bumped twice, and because you're behind, you didn't see it. Probably pissed him off. That's why he didn't call the other foul. But, those are things that matters. We got to definitely capitalize on those moments.
Stephen Gaither, HBCU Game Day. This is for, both of the players. I know, Tanaya, you're a freshman, correct?
Technically on the court, I am, yes,
Gotcha.
sir.
So your first experience playing the CIAA tournament, what was it like? And just what has this year been like for you as the team's really had to depend on you going down the stretch?
Well, as the year has gone on, I can honestly say, as you said, my team has really started to depend on me a lot more, especially with us being down some post players. I feel like this year was a good first year for me, even though, of course, we didn't get the finish that we wanted. I still feel like this is a very good first year for us because we still have a really young team, and we will all, for the most part, be returning next year. So I feel like this is just an eye-opener to see that once people get to the CIAA, like, it's really a dogfight, as she was saying. It's just something that we got to take back home and put in the extra work and know what we have to come do next year.
And Heidi, a similar question for you, just the experience of playing in the CIAA and tournament, and then just obviously the year you guys have had. You guys have had some ups and downs, and just how the team has been able to deal with everything.
It's honestly been a really great opportunity because I came from JUCO, so it's really a big step to be able to make a D2 and then make it to CIAA. So it was just a really great experience. I was able to experience new things, go through new things, meet new people, and learn new things with Coach Lamont. Like, I've had to adjust a lot. And with that adjustment, it just comes with the game. You roll with the punches. And I feel like us having such a young team, like Tanaya said, that we will be able to come up on top in the following years. Because, like I said, once we gel together and we get that mental, we're going to be just fine.
And we're a young team, too, just to add on to that. I hate to say that, but we only are losing 2 players, and that's Valencia and Kendra. And Kendra didn't play, she's been hurt, so the whole team comes back next year. And plus we're adding some pieces with it. So I'm excited about next year, but I'm really heartbroken about this year. But Shaw had a really good game plan, which we knew was going to happen. They were going to really feed the inside, and it was going to go high-low the majority of the time. So kudos for the Godfather for, utilizing his strengths, which was his inside presence. And, I thought defensively we were going to hound him, make the point guard turn the ball over. She started talking a little bit of trash. And I said, the same official teched us the last time we said something smart. And he was like, oh, it was just an interaction. And then I started interacting with him. So, we got to make sure, one, we're going to keep our head. We're going to be all right. I'm just very heartbroken because I thought our game plan was enough to get us over the hump. And I was looking forward to, what the potential and the possibilities would be. And, now I'm just sick. That's all it is.
last question, just, again, I know you talked about the youth and the injection. You guys finished third. I think that's the highest you guys have finished in quite a while. Just talk about, your thoughts on this year and as you move the program forward.
This year coming in, I felt like we could win the Southern Division and, make a run for the championship. So do I feel like we accomplished our goals? Not really. But then when I look back on everything that's happened this season, we have expanded further than what I thought we could do. Losing some key players, losing some, tremendous offensive players and people that can help us. Like to start the season, we lost Shea. And Shea was one of our best post players. And then next thing you know, Kendra goes down. Then Amaya goes down for a couple of games. And then we had other people going down. Like Tanaya's been playing on a bum ankle all year. So when I look back on all the injuries we had and just the mental stuff and being able to gel, you're talking about 11 players having to gel with each other. And we're talking about girls, catty women. And so, for them to actually try to get it together at this moment in time, I thought was going to be something special. But, it just didn't fall our way tonight. But I tell you what, we will be back here next year, and I will be coming in at the beginning as opposed to the end. So you best believe we're going to go and get some work done, and we're going to come back in here with it. And you can note that.
For sure.
Bethany Henry, CIAA media intern. This question is for the players. What is something that you feel that this experience brought you that you can give to new incomers next year and freshmen?
For me, I can honestly say that one thing that I would tell the freshmen coming in is that it starts at the beginning. This is not something that you can just click on and click off, as they tell us every day in practice. You can't just turn it on and turn it off. You got to have it on at all times when you touch the floor in practice, when you playing. It doesn't matter. You have to have it on at all times. So you got to come in ready to work with a good work ethic and not just playing around or I'm not going to say that. But, you can't just be playing around. Like, you have to be serious about the game. You have to really want it here because just like you want it, the next person on the other team want it just as bad. So it really just comes down to who wants it more. So you just got to come in with that dog mentality, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with Tanaya. Me coming in as a junior, it's like coming in as a freshman because I'm brand new. I haven't been a part of the system. I had to learn the system. So I would tell them is come in with a clean slate, come in with a good mindset, come in prepared to roll with the punches because you never know what's going to happen. Because, it takes time to build. It takes time to meet new people. It takes time to gel. It takes time to understand coaching styles. It takes time to, just make it happen because we all have to blend at some points. Coming in as a freshman, just come in with a clean slate, come in prepared to buy in. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. If you don't come in ready to buy in, you're not going to be able to gel with the system. So, yeah.
And I got to give them to credit because, like, Idea came in, and at first she was starting at the beginning of the season, then she was on the bench for a long time. And then we just kept telling her, you got to make the most of your moment. I think that's going to be key, too, when players come in because we got freshmen who think they should be starting, but it's not their moment. And so a lot of people have to wait their turn and wait their time. And, that's the hardest thing to do when you're a student athlete is having to wait, especially when you were the star where you came from. So I'm very proud of this team because they did buy in. Even Idea, I know she was upset with me a couple of times because she even came to my office about it. But I got an open door policy. We can go at it. We can talk about the reasoning why and what you can do to be ready for your next moment. So, them two have done great. I'm very proud of them. Even Tanaya, Tanaya came in last year as a freshman and she tried. She only played 2 games and she had to sit out. And I thought she did a heck of a job this year. I thought she should have been all conference. And I told her, let that be your fuel for today. It wasn't, but the next time she comes back in here, maybe she'll have her head up and very excited about what can happen, a possibility.
They just gotta keep pushing.
That's it.
Just gotta keep pushing because, like I said, like I was saying, like I had a little thing going on, but like I said, hold on. We had a lot of ups and downs, and I just feel like they got to come in ready to buy in because, like I said, coach system works. It works. What she wants works. So we just got to buy in. I think we had to learn that.
Yeah,
we had to learn that.
I think this year is definitely going to set us up for success for next year,
for sure.
Even though we feel some type of way right now, of course, you're not supposed to be happy that you lost.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, this is really good. This made us come together. I know that for a fact.
Our potential is endless. Mm-hmm. Our potential is endless. We have so much talent, and everybody just has to buy into what they have and buy into the system, and we're going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all better watch out for next year.
For sure.
I'm gonna try and dunk.
Write that down too.
That Verdi Max calling my name.
Better watch out. Better watch out.
That concludes the press conference. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.